In the heart of Los Angeles, a storm has been quietly brewing inside the Dodgers clubhouse. The team, fresh off their championship high, suddenly finds itself in the middle of unexpected tension. Several of the team's key hitters, players who have been instrumental to their success all season, are reportedly furious with Shohei Ohtani. The tension, according to sources close to the team, began to rise shortly after the victory celebrations ended. What started as a few small disagreements in the dugout and locker room has now exploded into something the entire baseball world is watching closely. Ohtani, who has been the face of baseball not only in the US but globally, has always been known for his calm, respectful demeanor. However, behind the smiles and handshakes, there are whispers that his extraordinary popularity and influence are starting to cause friction among some of his teammates. During the team's post-game celebrations, several players appeared distant, avoiding eye contact or even small talk with Ohtani. Local footage captured what seemed like tense exchanges, short glances, forced smiles, and even moments of silence between key members of the lineup who are usually seen joking together. The tension reportedly began when Ohtani was featured prominently in a new Dodgers promotional campaign, one that, according to insiders, sidelined several veteran players who had also contributed heavily to the team's success. Some players reportedly felt overshadowed, believing that management was placing too much focus on Ohtani's marketability rather than the team as a whole. This feeling of imbalance began to ripple through the clubhouse, particularly among those who have been Dodgers for years, fighting through ups and downs long before Ohtani arrived. One anonymous player told a local reporter, "We all respect Shohei, no question. But sometimes it feels like everything has to revolve around him, every press conference, every fan event, every commercial. It's like the rest of us don't exist." That sentiment, though not publicly confirmed by the organization, has been echoed subtly through body language and offhand comments caught on camera during team practices. Fans who have been following the Dodgers closely noticed the first hints of tension during their last homestand. During one key inning, after Ohtani struck out with runners in scoring position, cameras caught one of the team's power hitters shaking his head and muttering something under his breath. Though microphones didn't pick up the exact words, social media quickly began dissecting the moment, suggesting frustration aimed directly at Ohtani. Then came the now famous dugout stare. In the eighth inning of that same game, Ohtani walked back to the bench, visibly disappointed. As he sat down, two of the team's sluggers didn't even look his way. One leaned back, crossed his arms, and stared out toward the field, while the other avoided any contact altogether. The clip went viral within hours, sparking a wave of online debate about whether the Dodgers' chemistry was beginning to crack under the weight of their own superstar power. In baseball, team chemistry can make or break a season. The Dodgers, despite their record-breaking lineup, have always prided themselves on unity, a sense that every player, from the leadoff hitter to the last man on the bench, plays an equal role in the team's mission. But with Ohtani's stardom reaching astronomical levels, that sense of equality seems to be fading fast. Local reporters covering the Dodgers have noted an increasing sense of two worlds inside the clubhouse. On one side, there's the Ohtani circle, media handlers, translators, PR representatives, and an entourage that follows him everywhere. On the other side, the rest of the players who, while professional and respectful, are beginning to feel the emotional distance. "It's not that anyone hates Ohtani," one insider said. "It's just that it's hard to feel like you're part of a team when one guy gets a different set of rules." During one post-game interview, when a reporter asked a veteran slugger about Ohtani's performance, the response was unusually short. "He's doing what he does," the player said curtly before walking away. That clip, aired live on local television, immediately drew attention for its tone, not outright disrespectful, but far colder than usual for a player known for his easygoing personality. Even within fan circles, opinions are divided. Some fans argue that Ohtani's massive contributions, both as a hitter and a leader, justify the attention he receives. Others, however, believe the Dodgers management has created a star system that risks alienating its own roster. "The Dodgers used to be about the team," one fan commented online. "Now it feels like it's the Ohtani show featuring the Dodgers." During a recent charity event, where several Dodgers players appeared, Ohtani arrived separately with his team of handlers and photographers. While he took photos and smiled for fans, other players stood to the side, chatting quietly among themselves. Observers noted that Ohtani and some of the hitters barely interacted throughout the event, a stark contrast to the camaraderie typically seen at such appearances. Inside sources revealed that the real boiling point may have come after Ohtani's post-game comments following a recent loss. When asked about the team's performance, Ohtani mentioned some missed opportunities without naming anyone. But reportedly, a few players took that as a subtle jab, implying that their at-bats were the reason for the defeat. What might have been an innocent comment in translation turned into a full-blown misunderstanding behind closed doors. The Dodgers coaching staff is said to be aware of the growing rift. Manager Dave Roberts, known for his ability to handle personalities, has reportedly been holding private one-on-one meetings to ease the tension. It's not unusual, a source close to the team stated. Big teams with big stars always go through adjustment periods. But when you have someone like Ohtani, whose presence commands international attention, the pressure doubles. Meanwhile, Ohtani himself seems to be taking a step back publicly. His recent interviews have been more cautious, avoiding team-level commentary and focusing on his personal preparation and gratitude toward the fans. Observers believe this is a deliberate move to cool things down and show that he's not trying to overshadow anyone. Yet, for some players, the damage may already be done. Trust and balance in a clubhouse can be fragile, and even small misinterpretations can linger. Analysts have compared this situation to past MLB teams that struggled with superstar imbalance, citing examples where one player's global fame inadvertently created division despite shared goals on the field. The Dodgers organization, for its part, has maintained complete silence on the matter. When asked during a press conference about possible locker room tension, Roberts simply smiled and said, "We're focused on baseball. That's all that matters." But fans watching closely could sense the tension behind those carefully chosen words. The local footage circulating online has fueled even more speculation. One clip shows Ohtani sitting alone in the dugout, staring toward the field while the rest of the lineup huddles together. Another shows him offering a handshake after a home run, only for the player to give a quick nod before walking past. While these moments could be coincidental, the internet has turned them into evidence of growing division. Sports media in Japan and the US have picked up the story, each interpreting it through their own cultural lens. Japanese outlets portray Ohtani as enduring the challenges of fame with grace and patience, while American commentators focus on team dynamics and leadership. "He's not just a player anymore," one analyst said. "He's a brand, a global figure. And that can be both a blessing and a curse in a team sport." As the Dodgers head into the offseason, the spotlight will likely remain on how this internal situation develops. Will Ohtani and his teammates mend fences before next season begins, or will the rift widen under the pressure of another championship run? The answers may define the next chapter of this team's legacy. What's certain is that emotions are running high. Players who have battled side by side through countless innings are now navigating a storm of media scrutiny and personal frustration. Every gesture, every comment, every glance is being analyzed, magnified, and shared across the internet. Despite the tension, Ohtani continues to perform at an elite level. His work ethic, humility, and consistency remain unquestioned. Yet even the most disciplined athlete cannot control how others perceive his rise to fame. And in a clubhouse filled with competitive, prideful professionals, feelings of envy or resentment can quietly grow, especially when one man becomes the face of an entire franchise. The Dodgers' next move will be crucial. Management must find a way to balance the team's internal harmony with the commercial and global appeal that Ohtani brings. Too much focus on either side could cost them dearly. A fractured clubhouse, no matter how talented, cannot sustain championship-level play for long. As of now, the situation remains tense but contained. Players continue to train, fans continue to cheer, and Ohtani continues to handle the spotlight with his trademark composure. But beneath the surface, the emotional temperature in the Dodgers locker room remains dangerously high. This story isn't just about baseball anymore, it's about fame, pride, and the human side of competition. The cameras may capture only brief moments, but behind those clips lie real emotions and real consequences. The Dodgers, one of baseball's most storied franchises, now stand at a crossroads where unity and ego are colliding head-on. And as the footage continues to circulate, fans around the world are left asking the same question: can even a superstar like Shohei Ohtani keep a team together when fame threatens to pull it apart?